Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today we're here to talk about something that is upcoming, something that we just got information on a couple hours ago as of recording this video. We are aware that the Wind Rerun banner will be coming tomorrow, 3/23 at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Now, this video is probably going to go out tomorrow morning, so the banner will come out later today. If you're watching this on what's tomorrow, Wednesday the 23rd, it'll come out later today, or tomorrow. You know what? Time zones. It's coming next. Whatever. Let's move on. Time is hard. Anyways, we know that the Wind Rerun banner is coming. So, should you summon on the Wind Rerun banner? Now, if you watched my update video that I put out yesterday, I very quickly said no. So let's explain why I want to say no. Because the elephant in the room, the unit that everyone gets to talk about and hear about forever. Oh, I just started the game. Oh, you missed out on Valentine. Now, she is a very, very, very good unit. One of the best. She ranks at the top of my tier list because she is a single target alt and she has two very worthwhile skills. She is a healer and increases your green orb damage, and she is a special orb changer for greens, so one blue and one orange to two greens. This brings so much versatility to any team. You need greens, you want to feed Cabby, bring Valentine. He leads the win team anyways. You want a healer that's not, dog shit in damage, bring Valentine instead of Trainee. You want someone who can do both, someone who, single target damage, bring Valentine. Excellent unit. I cannot say anything bad about her. They built her honestly, they probably built her the best out of any summonable unit so far. I'm gonna put that out there in the universe. I think she is the most well-rounded unit to come out in Slime as of now. Very good unit. However, is that the sole reason that you should summon on the Wind Rerun banner? Probably not. Because you were also going to pull Hakuro, which I know some people who don't have Hakuro. Hakuro is very good DPS. Very good single target alt. He does incredible things for me, as you will find out in the later video. But personally, part of the trifecta, please go away. Next up is Windmillum. Also a very good unit. Also part of the trifecta, please go away. She has the alt boost. The biggest standard alt boost with no other modifiers besides increasing her own crit damage. So she's not like Guy or Veldora, where you do a certain amount of boosting and then you have an extra condition that allows you to do even more damage. That's based on another unit. No, this is just straight up 70%. So the biggest straight buff for the alts in the game. And then her second skill is pretty ass. I don't really find myself using it too much, because if I'm going to go into Cabby, who has guard, I'm not going to waste skill points trying to get through it. I'm just going to keep building until I can nuke the crap out of him. So, good for one skill. She has, she does good damage as a unit. She's an attack growth type, so her attack stat is quite good. She's magic damage, he's physical damage, she's AoE, but an alt buffer. He's single target, lowers defense, and gives everyone crit, so if you can give that, and you give her the crit, and you give her the crit damage, it can look very good together. But let's take a look at the other meta units that came on this banner. Wind Shuna does not exist because she was a free unit. So next up, you can pull, where, obviously Valentine, and then you can pull Wind of Eldora. Single target damage, cool. Attack growth type, cool. Skill set, double orb changer, double orange to double green, and increases your green gauges by 7%, or green orb gauge by 7%. Fine. Soe is also a green to blue, green or orange to green converter, and he's on the general banner pool, and he's in the meta right now. So if you have him, you can probably just use that. His second skill decreases all targets' pierce power by 19%, and solo skills damage by the end of battle by 5%. This skill's ass. This is straight ass. I'm not bringing him into EX Millim for his pierce power down. That's not what we're doing here. And this skill I have tested already in a very, very early video on the channel. It's dumb. This right here is dumb. Who else can you pull on this banner? You can pull with no rate up. You can pull Wind Shuna. Now, what does Wind Shuna do? She gives you guard up to 70%. I think 80%. Okay, well, okay, that's fine. 80% guard, 80% guard rate, and increases your green orbs by 50%. So she's like kind of a mix between Watermelon Protector and Charybdis, because you get the guard, you get, you know, a boost to the greens, not the 150% that Cabby gives that makes them so incredibly broken, but 50% it's still useful. You can still get use of it. Would you like to know the last time that I used Wind Protection Shuna? On her initial showcase video. And I never used her again. I don't even think I used her for the Jubilee that she came with, if I'm going to be real, because I used Cabby. I have never, ever, ever used this unit again since her initial release. Why? Because I have other units that give guard, and I have other units that give me a bigger boost to the greens. So if I need one of these two skills, I'm going to bring one of those two other protectors. Fair and simple. Who else can you pull in the Wind RERUN banner? I'm really having trouble thinking. Obviously, so we've got, you know, Wind Millim. You're free to play. You're free to play. You can pull him. You can pull all the 4-stars. You can pull Val, who I've talked about. Well, you're not 5-star. You can pull Veldora and right. You can pull this motherfucker. Now, I know there are a few players out there, and you know who I'm talking to, who love this unit. I, for one, hate this unit. He is the most useless piece of crap unit I have ever seen in this game. More so than when Guy first came out. More so than, who was another? Than Gobta. Because I personally am not a Gobta fan. I'm sorry, I know there's a few people that love Gobta. But I don't like Gobta as the unit that came out in this game. It's ironic that in the Wind meta, we got arguably one of the best units in the game, and not arguably the worst unit in the game. What makes this unit so bad, you say? Well, he is a single target ult. Thank God. He is a defense growth type, which means he has shit attack stat, which means your single target ult does shit. His skills increases your defense by 25% for 3 turns. Cool. Fine. Dandy. Space Rimuru does that for 2 turns, so you get an extra turn out of it. You also increase your maximum HP by 30%. Now on paper, this would seem great. Oh my god. Look. 30% more HP to play with. If I pop that turn 1, then, it'll be harder for them to kill me. Wrong. You are incorrect. And I will show you probably here, now, that that's not what happens. If you saw that on turn 1, I used the skill and raised my HP by 30%. But you'll also notice that it looks like I took damage, because I had that little red. I took a hit. It's because he increases your maximum HP only. He does not increase your current HP to go alongside the additional 30% increase. So, if you have 100 HP, turn 1, and you use this, you now have 133 HP maximum, but your health still remained at 100. So if you want to get up to 133 HP, you must heal, which means using 2 skills. And then, if you don't take damage at all on whatever unit, and this is for 3 turns, once this runs out, your HP will go back to 100, and if you are already over 100, you just lose an extra 33 points of health. So you've essentially done nothing. So it's either you increase your HP and then heal to get yourself up to that maximum limit, which you can't do in one turn, on turn 1, because you only have, max 42 points or something if you have both skill units maxed out on their traits. There's no point. Maybe you use this turn 1, maybe you have a full hand of greens, and maybe you have enough points to use Valentine's heal, and then you're back up to 133 quote unquote HP. But why? I'd rather orb change. I would rather orb change or use something else than do that. This requires you to do 2 things in order to make the most of it. And I don't want to do that. Not for this kind of skill. I'll do 2 things to, boost my ult. I'll do the fucking windmillum and, or the fire millum and guy stuff, because that does crazy damage. This doesn't do anything for me, and I'm getting very, very heated over this unit, because this is how much I hate him. What's his second skill? I don't even remember. What is it? Guard power by 25%. Not guard rate, guard power. So what that means is that if you guard, you will take 25% less damage. Now, if you have a unit that gives you guard, like Wind Shuna, like the unit I just talked about, fine. You can use this. It only costs 15 points. But again, I would rather use something else. I would rather use the heal. I would rather use the orb change to get a full hand of greens and feed Cabby, because I'm not using Wind Shuna. I'm using Charybdis on the Wind team. That's the whole point of Charybdis, is to feed the Wind team, or the Wind team to feed Charybdis. Give him greens and watch all of your meters, your protection gauge, your skill points, your ult meters, they all go brrr when you have Cabby and you've popped Cabby's skill. I'm not using guard power. And popping this, without a unit that gives you guard is actually useless, because the second part of the skill, by 5%, again, I have already said, is almost useless. If you have enough points, which if you're running Cabby, you will, you can pop this, multiple turns, and the whole entire Wind meta was about greens and boosting their damage by 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. But you're going to... The point of an event is not to boost your green damage infinitely up to 100. It's just to kill with ults, with maximum power. Not raising your HP by an arbitrary amount that doesn't actually raise your HP, or boosting your green damage by 5% for the end of battle, because honestly, it's not a lot. I did a test. I went until we had 100% maximum green power. It was like 70 turns or something. Shit ain't happening. Not in real world. You get 15, 20%. And while that's, cool and everything, Water Millum, her protection skill, gives you guard, and boosts your blues by straight 20%, up to 100, I think. Or 50, or some 60, I don't know, something. And it doesn't take, using 100 points worth of skills. So, this unit exists on the banner. This is the entire point. I've gotten so off track by hating this unit so much. Deep breath. Deep breath. You have 2 units in the general pool that you can pull at any time. You have 1 godly unit. And then you have 2 units that are mid and ass. And then you have the protection unit that does not have a rate up, who doesn't really do that much for you. So, do I recommend you summon on the Wind banner? No. Do I think that Valentine is 100% worth it because she's a great unit? Yes and no, because she is a very good unit, and she's a staple on many of my teams. And while she does have the rate up, was like 5% or something, or 0.5%, alongside all the other green battle units, the odds of you pulling her specifically are still kind of high. But you got to remember, we're a week and a half away from the new meta, of which, the double unit banner comes out, which is the mostly the best value for your best value for your crystals. And if it's Earth team badly needs it. What is a big gatekeeper right now? Conquest Milim. What team sucks ass the most? Earth team. What team do you have to use against Conquest Milim? The Earth team. So unless you're like me and you have a level 100 trainee and a level 100 Earth Milim and a level 100 Chad, you're gonna be a little rough alongside my 96 Golem. Now, have I tried it again since getting the Chad to level 100 and the Earth Golem to 96? No, because that stage actually causes cancer. I don't ever want to try that stage again until we get a whole new revamp of the Earth meta, which is coming. It's either the Earth meta next, or it is the Space meta. If it's the Earth meta, it badly needs it. If it's a Space meta, I'm about to go bankrupt, because my girl down here, the Space team is actually pretty good still. You got Space RERUN, you've got Space Milim, you got Ranga, who's orb changing. Then you put Valentine and Hakura on it, and you're looking good. You've got damage. You've got support. You put Wind Milim on the team for the double boost instead of Hakura or something. Wind/Space team looks good. It's only going to get better. So you can choose to either summon on a rerun banner, where your chances of pulling crap units or units that exist on a banner already and one good unit is very high. Or you wait to summon on a banner that makes an ass team good or makes a good team better. Take your pick. Again, I am not your financial advisor. You may spend your crystals how you wish. But if you were to take a suggestion from me, and you were like, Joker, I have like 6,000 crystals. What should I spend them on? I'm going to tell you right up front, don't spend it on the Wind Banner. Don't do it. Don't do it. There are going to be people that get Valentine first multi and dip. Those people will exist. I have it rubbed in my face every single day when I summon on a gacha game, whether it be Slime or Dokkan. Someone's going to get a double Valentine and it's going to be like, oh, I can do that too. And you're going to get Hakuro. You're going to get double Hakuro. You might even get triple Hakuro. If someone actually gets a triple Hakuro, please DM me. I wish to see that so I can share your pain. But this has been a very long video, and it's mostly been hating on Maid Rimuru. I advise you not to summon on the Wind rerun banner. The Dark rerun banner I wanted to summon on because it actually had very, very good units. Dark Milim's trait is very good. She's single target. Diablo, very good. Protection Shion, very good. That ratio of good meta units that are rare, that don't come back on original banners, was very high compared to the Wind rerun banner, which has ass units and general banner units and an ass protector and one good unit. So that is why I believe that it is better served for most people to skip the Wind rerun banner. But if you do decide to summon on the Wind rerun banner, let me know in the comments. Did you get Valentine? First multi, second multi. Did you have to go to pity to select Valentine? Because if you go to 200 pity, you can select any you, and you. You can select any of those units. Did you have to go to pity to select Valentine? If you did, F's in chat. I'm sorry, but you were asking for it. That's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later.